Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hey.
How we doing?
Alright, how are you?
Yeah, I'm alright, not too
Better than
bad.
Meghan.
Ooh.
well, now
Can
she's
we?
okay. Now she's okay.
Joey.
I'm so proud of her. Honestly, I've been rooting for her this entire time. She's our princess. We should adopt them and make them our king and queen.
They don't even live here.
Well,
Yeah,
she
they
doesn't
do.
even
They live
go
in
here.
LA.
Oh, I thought they live in Canada for some reason.
No, they moved to LA now.
Oh.
They couldn't stay away.
They did live in Canada. But
That wasn't, by the way, let me just clarify that when I say better than her, that was in reference to her awful life in there, not like the mental health problems. Because, girl, been there.
well, we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But for the time being, hello everyone. Welcome to Finding the Tea with Gen Z/C, wherever you're from.
I feel like I'm on Big Brother. I feel so conscious of everything I'm doing now that we're back on camera because we haven't been on visual ones for like a month.
It's true. But yeah, I am Mitch.
I'm Val.
I'm Becky.
I'm Joey.
And Iona's normally with us, but she unfortunately could not make it today. But hopefully she'll be back for the next episode. So, before we delve into a bit of housekeeping for you guys, you might have noticed if you're watching our visual episode. For those who aren't, head over to our YouTube channel. Just search Finding the Tea and it should pop up. We are all wearing matching hoodies. Woohoo!
And I'll model the back for everyone because I'm sure everyone does not want to get up.
Oh yeah.
We got the front, and this is the back.
Booty in the
Can
back.
you see it? Can you see
Here
it?
we go.
Oh yeah.
Joey!
Ooh, oh. It's just fine. It's just water. It'll soak into the carpet.
Okay.
Housekeeping.
What?
So yeah, courtesy of me, we all
Yes,
have
courtesy
matching
of
hoodies.
Mitch. Mitch
Thanks,
spent so much
Mitch.
money on us. It's
Yeah.
honestly insane.
Thank you.
Thank you,
It's
Mitch.
okay.
Love
It's okay,
you.
guys.
Yes,
Love
and
you.
Mitch will be working exclusively with me. So if anyone wants Finding the Tea merch, they're $100 a pop, and you can
No.
DM me. On Instagram.
No. We're not selling any merch at the moment. Thank you very much.
Especially not
Later,
for
baby.
$100. Christ!
Yeah,
Who
that's
do
a
you think
discount.
You are, Beyonce.
When
When
Joey's
discount.
down, he's down bad. But yeah, so we're all wearing matching hoodies. They've all got our names on the back. Excited.
No, they
And
all
the
say
other...
Joey.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. Self-absorbed.
I was so worried when I was mailing them out. I was like, I really hope I've packed the right ones in the right box. I literally was like, some nights I'd lie in bed and I'd be like, I swear to God, if Val opens hers and it says Joey on the back, I'm not going to be happy.
Oh, God.
And Iona has one too as well, but obviously she can't be here to showcase it. So next week, or next episode, I mean, we're filming next
Maybe
week.
we can put it in the image of her wearing it.
Maybe.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Please look at image. Insert here. Thanks, Mitch.
Yes, you are welcome. Audio transcription. Iona's back with a grey hoodie
Oh, yes.
with her name on.
Accessibility.
Yeah. So
Um,
there we go, guys. So the next bit of housekeeping that we have to do. Joey, would you like to?
Yeah, would you like the good news or the bad news first?
Bad news. Always ends
Bad
on a
news
high
first.
note.
Bad news. Okay, bad news is we only are going to have 2 episodes a month from now on.
Oh.
But they're gonna come out. Hopefully, they're going to be more exciting, more edited. But the good news is that every episode from now on will be visual.
Yay!
So our moms who keep telling us that they won't watch unless they're video, here you go. This is for you. So yeah, so I'm really excited. Go over to YouTube. Yeah, it's exciting because it's the way that we normally talk to each other. So it's cool to let everyone else in on that. But yeah, so, excuse me.
It's okay.
It sounded like you
Pardon?
just shot yourself.
Jesus. But yeah, so
Now
hopefully
these
we'll have
chocolate
some...
chips are not the same.
Oh, Jay.
Oh. Anyway, moving on.
Jesus. You probably throw me off now, Joey. So yeah, a bit of increased production here. Every couple of weeks, we're doing the odd live stream every now and then. Hopefully, getting into a bit of YouTube too. And we've got some pretty good episodes lined up for you guys in the next coming months. Yeah, you might have noticed in some of our previous episodes, we'd be like, next week we're doing Free Britney. We
Leave
scrapped
me
that.
alone.
Yeah, in a bit, Brittany.
Unfortunately,
We couldn't free her,
it just
so we scrapped it.
wasn't up to scratch. So.
Yeah.
But you know, it's all good, and here we are this week talking about Meghan Markle. If you haven't read the title already, Meghan Markle and the royal family. A lot has happened, and it's very current, so I want to talk about it.
Also, trigger warning, we will be talking about mental health in this episode, including suicide in some regard. So
Yep.
if you are not in a mental place right now to be able to talk about that or listen to someone talk about that, please click off. Just wanted to give that warning before we start.
Yeah,
And we'll
thank
give
you,
it
Val.
if you want to carry on listening as well. We will give a warning when we get closer to actually talking about it. Again,
Also,
so you can skip ahead.
Another disclaimer, most of what we're going to talk about is alleged. Royal family, please do not come for us. Especially Mitch and Becky. This is
just
all from Meghan Markle's mouth. Okay, so go after her, as you have already done.
Also
And Prince Harry, yeah.
Prince Harry.
On the
So,
last note,
Joey.
before we start, do you want to show everyone your cat? Because I can see the cat moving about.
Me?
Yeah.
It just looks like a pillow.
Yeah, there's two there.
Oh, it just looks like a big one.
Where's the other one? This is I Spy.
One on the pillow, one there on the bed.
Oh, I see now.
We've got
Hi.
Daisy and Ellie.
Oh, they're so cute.
So
They just look like lumps at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, they just look like...
yeah, they're
Pillows.
fast asleep. I don't want to disturb them.
Oh.
So
Insert picture here.
yeah, I suppose I will insert a picture. Audio transcription to
I think it's very clear that we were talking about two cats on your bed. I don't
two
think you
black
need to give-
cats.
But speaking of Harry, let's the elephant in the room. Why does Britain keep producing these gods named Harry? Like, how? I'm sorry. Just know that I'm going into this wishing I was
It's a-
Meghan Markle.
I guess it's a popular name.
Fair
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very popular name.
So, I suppose let's just delve right into this. We're sort of winging it a little bit because obviously on the day that we're recording this, the Oprah interview with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry aired last night in the US, and it's actually currently airing right this moment in the UK. So I'm just taking some highlights from what I've seen off of the news and things. Yeah. So, Meghan Markle, what do we think about her, guys? Do you like her? Do you not? Give me
Yes.
reasons.
I don't.
Oh my god.
I don't see what's not to like about her. I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like she's literally a sweetheart, like, from all the interviews I've seen. And she was kind of, like, just thrust into all of this.
That she's
Yeah.
American and black, Becky. Like, that's what it is. It has nothing to do with anything about her and, like, who she is. Like, they are just racist and want it to stay in the country.
Well, we're
and
not
in the
there,
family.
Joey. It was just asking if we liked her or not. There could be people that don't like her because of reasons, I guess.
Yeah, we're talking about our personal opinion.
Yeah, but what
at
I'm
the minute.
saying is that I don't think anyone who like dislikes her has any actual reason. Like, I think they're just awful. Like, she is so sweet, and she's living the fantasy of any young American girl. Like, she's this actress who married a prince. Like, honestly, it's really tragic. It's tragic to see her grow up with this fairy tale version of the royal family and then be so, like, awfully disgusted whenever she found out what it was really like.
I'm glad that we all like her. She's nice from what I've seen. She's very friendly. She's very sweet. I actually want to watch Suits because of her, just because of what I've seen in the press and stuff.
Does
But
she
that's
still
really
act, or
nothing.
did she stop?
No, she gave it up when she started dating Prince Harry.
Do you think
But-
she will again now that she's left?
I don't know, mate. I don't think she will, because I think she's going to play more of like an activist type role. But we can we can get into that.
How much money do you think they have?
I don't know, and we're going to get into that because
we'll
very bold
claims
claims were made. Yeah.
Well,
very bold claims were made about their financial situation.
Well, Harry. Oh, you mean by Harry and them? Yeah.
By Harry and Meghan, yeah. Meghan Markle was in London. Prince Harry met her on a blind date set up by one of Meghan Markle's friends, or one of his friends. It was a mutual friend.
Can we just talk, about how great would it be to have a friend that's setting you up with a prince?
Yeah. Oh my god.
That is true.
Be so
Do you know what I mean? Oh, I've got you a blind date. It's only the prince.
Could you imagine her showing up and being like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Literally.
I don't think I could hack it. I would probably I'd be like, "Oh my god, I can't do this.
I can't do this. Goodbye." Yeah. I mean, imagine your friend thinking that you're good enough to set you up with Prince Harry, though. Like, that is honestly the biggest.
So sweet.
Yeah. But, I mean, to be fair, Prince Harry's a little bit more common, and not common, because he's still, like, a huge celebrity. And in that regard, he's even more famous than the rest of them. But, like, he's much more of a normal person, I feel like, than anyone else in the royal family. Like, he already left. Like, I'm surprised that they went back and played this game, because it seemed like he didn't want to do any of this.
I think it's the last call for, like, the last straw, all of this for him, because it sort of echoes what happened to Princess Diana, like the abuse that Meghan Markle's receiving in the Daily Mail, that's one of them, and in the papers and things. So, yeah, it's just like, it's crazy the amount of stuff she's been through. Since 2016 they've been together. 2018 they got married, but we actually found out last night that they actually got married the actual marriage ceremony was a couple of days before the big royal wedding. They got married in secret first. They wanted a small private ceremony. So,
wow, they're already such badasses.
Yeah.
I'm sure that is the most unprecedented thing.
Yeah.
But they didn't tell anyone? Why didn't they tell anybody?
I think they probably had a couple of people there, but it was like just a small thing.
No, I mean, like, why didn't they tell the press? Or was it the...
Because the royal wedding was the big thing that everyone was looking forward to.
I was in the UK when that royal wedding happened.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Some people went crazy for it.
What is the... Never mind, we'll get there.
Okay. And it honestly, not long into their relationship, Prince Harry already had to put statements out defending Meghan from, like, all this hatred and abuse and defamation that she was receiving in the newspapers, tabloid newspapers.
Just saying, British tabloids are awful.
Oh my gosh,
Just stating that. And I'm a journalist, so take that as you want.
I feel like tabloids in general are the bane of people's existence. Like, over here, they're pretty nasty, too.
God.
Okay, but the rest of the royal family, and what's it called? The, like, deep state of the royal family, it's called, what's it called? There's a word for it.
What?
There's a word for it, like the people running things that are running...
The firm?
No, it's called... Oprah kept using it. What is it?
Yeah, there's either the firm or there's another word for it as well, but I'm not 100% sure what it is.
Hold on. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so to be fair, so many people in the royal family. I mean, look at Peter. Peter's the awful one, right?
Who's Peter?
Who's Peter?
Prince.
Do you mean
the
Prince
awful
Andrew?
Yeah,
the paedophile.
Okay.
Well,
yes.
the alleged paedophile.
Okay, so you look at, like, Prince Andrew, for the longest time, like,
Peter.
The British tabloids are definitely not all up on him. They're definitely not all up on the rest of the royal family. No. The royal family let them do this to her. Like, this could have been avoided if the queen was like, you're not going to do that to my girl.
To be fair, they've always been after Harry, too. Like, I remember all of, like, in the press, like, a couple, like... back in like 2012 or something like that, or 2013, something around the area, they were all over Harry about being the bad boy and like all that kind of stuff. They were like following him around, like watching whatever he was doing.
But with that too, I feel like the royal family let them do that to him.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the royal family or the firm or whatever you guys were talking about.
Well, yeah, it's them.
Yeah.
It's them.
I don't think it's
find
royal
out what they're
family.
called. Maybe it's the agency or something. I don't know.
But yeah, so basically they've been hounded and stuff for years by the press, and the royal family have not really done much, it seems. Well, they've not done much, it seemed, to help them or like put out statements in their support, that kind of thing. You don't really see much of that. Whereas with his older brother, Prince William and Kate, the tabloids love them.
Oh, that bit.
Yeah.
Oh, do you not like her?
Well, not from what I've heard in this interview.
Yeah.
Like, Kate has been made out to be so awful.
Yeah.
I think she's the one that I honestly think she's the one that they don't want to say, who is saying racist things about the child. Like,
The institution, that's
her.
what it's called, Joey. The institution.
The institution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The institution is like the people around the royal family, like the advisors and all those kind of people who make the decisions for the royal family or help them with decisions. So let's just move straight on to this interview, because there was a lot of things that came out, and honestly,
they spill all the tea to Oprah. We don't even have to find it. They just laid it out for us.
Yep, it was honestly crazy.
I hear it was pretty much as jaw-dropping as Princess Diana's interview. Like, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. And let me just say, I love Oprah. Like, she handled this so well. She was so hilarious throughout this whole thing. You could tell that, like, she was, like, ready to fight them for her. The entire time she was like, they did what? Like, I love Oprah so much.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to watch the interview. Like, when does it finish?
I don't know, but it started at 9:00.
So, yeah, I'm gonna watch it after we're done, I think.
It's on ITV.
Buzzim.
So yeah, some of the topics that was covered in this interview was like Meghan's feeling of loneliness, feeling like she had no one to turn to. She was cut off from all of her friends because of royal protocols, and yeah.
Wait, what does that mean?
Did you hear the story about
What?
She was cut off to all of her friends.
She wasn't allowed to go and talk to like any of her past friends, like
Yeah.
because of royal protocol. They were worried about security in that kind of regard. And
Yeah,
also,
she wasn't
like,
allowed to meet her friends.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
they were saying in the interview that currently, like, the other men are not able to even leave, like, themselves. They're not allowed to talk to anyone outside. It was William and Charles, I guess. Like, both of them are being completely controlled.
Yeah.
But did you see the part how when she first met the Queen, Mitch?
She didn't curtsy.
Well, yeah, but also she was just shocked that she had to curtsy. He was like, "You're gonna go meet my grandma," and she's like, "Okay," and he's like, "Do you know how to curtsy?" She's like, "What?" Like,
Yeah.
she was just shocked that everything is so formal behind closed doors. Like, you would think that this would be a big show for everyone outside, but that this was a real family, and clearly this is not a real family.
Yeah. She had no idea how the royal family worked. She didn't look up Harry when they started dating, which I think is nice. Like, why, if you're dating someone who's as like prominent in the public eye as that, you don't want to be googling them and stuff like that. So obviously she didn't. All of her like conceptions of the royal family was built on like fairy tales, I guess.
I have a question,
she compares it
though.
to the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Before like Meghan and Harry were a thing, like how interested are like Americans and people that aren't in the UK are like interested in the royal family?
I think some Americans are crazy obsessed.
Yeah.
Like like
Really?
when Wills and Kate got married, like I saw some weird stuff.
Well, during the wedding, yeah. I mean, I remember Kate's wedding, and that was really beautiful and really intense, and I remember how exciting that was. But in general, I mean, I don't think we're I don't think we care that much because, like, we have our own entire, like, celebrity complex over here. So it's like we have that, which is our royal family. And so I think we care, but, and Val, you also answer this, but, like, I think we care, but I don't think anyone was shocked over here to find out that these people are mean. Like,
I don't know, but I'm just talking about how much, like, there are people that are obsessed over in the U.S. over the Queen and the monarchy over there. It is a really, like, most of the people that showed up in London during their wedding and stuff like that to, like, be outside were Americans.
Why though?
So, because we don't have that over here, so, like, we turn over to, like, look over over to the UK for it and stuff like that. I'm not really positive. It's probably just because, like, we grew up with all the fairy tales and that kind of stuff, and, like, that's why we look to, like, a real thing, like, over there.
Well, there are only real monarchy, and, like, it's really fascinating too as a country built on not having one, like directly not having one. And, you know, your government has evolved over the last, you know, couple centuries. It's not like the Queen really runs things the way that like she would have back then. But, like, looking at it is fascinating. What about, okay, but we're still
also
separated.
Americans were obsessed with Princess Diana.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Obsessed. So they are obsessed with the children of Princess Diana.
Oh, yeah.
So,
but obviously, like, we are still kind of separated from it. So even though we look on it, it's not like an emotional connection for a lot of people, at least. It's more of a looking on. So for you guys, is this shocking? Because I know, like, you had a lot of reverence, at least, Mitch, for the royal family at one point. And, like, is this...
What does that mean again?
Like, you had respect for them and you looked up to them, like, in a way you did, or at least the Queen. Or do you guys feel the same way about everyone else as you do the Queen, or is she really the only, like...
I feel like as time goes on, people's respect for the monarchy is, like, definitely decreasing. I only really look up to the Queen, and that's just because, like, she's the Queen.
Queen. Hey, Queen. You have done it again.
Not funny.
Okay, I'm sorry, Michelle Obama. Mitch does not like your meme.
Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like just the more time goes on, the more people are like...
So this isn't very surprising. You guys kind of saw this coming.
I did, yeah.
I agree with that. Like, I've never really... Like, I've not liked or disliked the Queen or the monarchy or anything like that. I've just kind of been, like, not bothered. But like Mitch said, like, as time goes on, like, people are definitely having more hate towards them than anything else because of everything that you read and see. And, like, it all comes... At the beginning, I think it was quite shocking to hear, but then the more stuff that comes out, like, you kind of just kind of expect it and it's very believable. Like, I don't really care about the Queen or the monarchy. I don't really care, like, at all. The only time I listen to the Queen is when she comes on telly on Christmas Day.
On Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time. So...
Yeah. Do you think the future of the monarchy has a leg to stand on once the Queen is gone, or do you think it might honestly just, like, die?
I think it might be called into serious question once she passes away, because... And I think the Commonwealth as well is going to be called into question, because I think lots of countries aren't going to want to be associated with the UK once the Queen is gone. Like, I don't think they'll want Prince Charles running the show. He's very unpopular.
I don't think he'll make it.
Prince Charles?
Hold on. Is Prince Charles... Hold on.
Prince Philip is the one who looks like he's dead.
Yeah.
He is in the hospital.
Leave
this man alone. He is
will,
literally in the hospital right now.
He will never become king.
He won't ever be king.
Well, like,
they won't let him be queen,
he's not
in
line to the throne anyway. He's just married to the Queen.
Yeah.
He's not in the bloodline.
He would have already been king if they considered that to be king.
When they got married, he
agreed, didn't he?
He agreed not to remain. Well, he didn't even have a title at first when they married, and then the Queen gave him Prince title, the title of Prince.
Yeah.
He's never going to be king. He never was king. He's just the Queen's husband. The Queen's
I have a question.
Yeah, go on.
I have a question before I forget. Is William and Harry on good terms at the moment, or no?
Liam and Harry?
No, William and Harry.
Oh.
William. Oh.
Yeah. I'm not sure, and we'll delve into that because...
Is William the dad?
William's... No, William. That's Charles.
William's Kate.
Yeah, William's
William.
Harry's brother.
Brothers.
After what we heard about Kate and like her relationship, it does not. I would be very surprised.
There's been speculation in the tabloid press anyway that their relationship was quite frosty, like William and Harry.
I mean, William is very keen on like upholding tradition and being the prince that he's meant to be. So I could totally see him just like not being able to understand Harry at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they do not see eye to eye. I'm sure that Harry probably doesn't care, like probably would be friends with him, but I feel like I couldn't see William being nice to him.
Harry's always been like such a like an amazing person. They were like, wasn't he in like, was it the army or the navy?
He served in something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and like he's just always been like a true person. Like he's never like appealed to be up his arse because he's in the royal family. Like
no, well he spent most of his time here, hasn't he? Well, not most of it, but he spent a lot of his time here.
Well, he has now.
No, before. He used to, like, party over here all the time.
He partied
he was like,
full stop.
Huh?
He partied
in the UK, too. Yeah. He was partying constantly. That's why I was saying the tabloids were all over him for a while there.
But Harry is the only one that actually is living the life that, like, are the benefits of being prince. Like, everyone else is just stuck up in this castle, but he's actually using his benefits.
And like once the like coverage of Meghan started to get bad in the press, they were always the royal family and like the palace and everything was always no comment. And I think Meghan felt like they were doing that because it was pushing coverage of other members of the royal family out of the front page. So they were using her as like a scapegoat to protect other members of the royal family. She originally thought they were doing it to protect her, like giving no comment, but then now she said she realises that like they were protecting themselves, which I think is awful.
Yeah,
or they wanted the bad coverage for her and they wanted her to leave. I mean, honestly, I feel like this entire time they've wanted her to leave, and this just it worked. I mean, this is what you do whenever your kid or someone in your family is marrying someone that you don't like. You're awful to them until they leave. Like that's they probably thought that he would divorce her, but it never happened.
What's the Queen said about all of this? Has she said anything?
The Queen has not said a word. I think they are going with the no comment thing at the moment.
Right, okay, I got it.
Boris Johnson said nothing. He was asked about the interview earlier in a press conference, and all he said was that he has the utmost respect for the Queen. That's all he said.
Yeah, I will say that they went out of their way multiple times in the interview to be like, the Queen is not the one who said these nasty things. Like, the Queen is not racist. The Queen is not awful to her. You know? I don't think the Queen talks to anyone. I don't think they really have a relationship with the Queen. So I
don't know. I think it's the people around her who control like everything that happens.
Yeah, I think it's what we ended up saying.
The institution.
I think it's the institution that has been the racist people. I think this institution that has been the people that are pretty much letting her name be dragged through the mud.
Well, she did directly say that a member of the royal family said that she was concerned about what the color of her child was going to be and if it was going to be too dark. But, like, there is someone in the royal family that is being awful. Oh my god, God is outside of Val's window right now. An angel is visiting you.
Because of the lens flare.
Oh. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, Meghan claimed that the royal family changed the rules, bent the rules, so that Archie did not get the title of prince, which he was entitled to. But
is that true?
That's what she claimed.
That's awful.
That's what I'm reading right now.
Wait, how did they bend the rules? Did they explain that?
Well, Meghan just said that if he had the title, he would just receive additional security, like the rest of the royal family do. And they changed the rules.
Wait, so was he supposed to have it before?
Yeah. she said the convention of her children being a prince or a princess was changed while she was pregnant. She said it's not their right to take it away while I was pregnant. They said they want to change the convention for Archie. Well, why? And obviously all those claims goes against what the tabloid newspapers were saying, that it was her decision for him not to have a title. She said that was wrong. Those reports were wrong. So it seems like this whole institution is working against her. Whether there's some ulterior motive, who knows? And they were isolating her, and trigger warning for everyone who's listening again. We're going to be talking about suicide and suicidal thoughts and things. Obviously, all these horrible things that were happening to her, she felt lonely, cut off, she couldn't go out and see her friends, she was told to lay low for a while, even though she'd been laying low for months, and she said that it made her feel suicidal. And like, she didn't tell Harry for a while. She tried to seek help. She went to the firm and the institution, asked to go to a place where they could help her, and they said no.
Yeah, they said it's bad for the institution.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, so she was left on her own. She told Harry, and she ended up confiding in a friend of Princess Diana's, who kind of went through the same feelings. I don't think they said who that friend was, and then obviously they started to decide to leave the royal family. She told,
which good on Harry, because the fact that he was willing to be like, all right, we're leaving, like, this is clearly not worth it, like, I'm done. I mean, obviously he's done it before, but for him to do that really shows like how great of a guy he is, because I don't think everyone in the royal family would do that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that though? Could you imagine like going to your friends and family and being like, this is so hard for me to say, I've been like dealing with this in silence for so long, I need help, or else I'm worried that I'm going to do something awful, and them saying sorry? Like, could you imagine that?
Yeah, right. I feel so bad for her, because if she was like a private citizen, she could take it upon herself to go and get help. But she tried to take it upon herself to go and get help, and was denied like even the chance. And it's like, honestly, it's revolting.
Yeah, and I know, like, I'm sorry, tell me if I'm crossing a line, but I know both of you, Val and Becky, have dealt with mental health issues to the point where you've had to talk to someone, and like you've gotten the help that you needed because things got to that point. Like, and it's so important. I mean, I'm sure both of you would agree that like it was probably them doing something is what saved you in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And for them to just ignore it.
Yeah, I think it's awful that her wishes were ignored, and if she was to that point and she was saying, I need to go to a mental health facility or something like that, she should have been they should have let her do that.
Yeah.
And if they weren't going to let her do that, they should have brought resources in.
Yeah.
To the what do you call it? Palace?
Institution, I don't know, the royal family.
The castle.
Into
the royal castle.
They should have brought mental health help to her if they weren't going to let her go out. And they didn't even do that. They're just like, oh, that sucks. You can't go anywhere, though.
But, like, people, like, with such a high status, and, like, obviously how that event's all gone down, what kind of, like, how does that look to, like, the rest of society? It's basically saying, like, oh, if you have a background of some, like, particular thing, then we're going to deny you help. Do you know what I mean? When everyone should be allowed to get help, no matter what background they're from, no matter what they've gone through.
I feel like the background matters less than the fact that, like, isn't your motto, like, keep calm and carry on? Like, isn't it? I think it sends the message to people to just, like, pretend like you don't have a problem and keep your nose down.
See,
like, it's teaching everyone not to get help.
That's a really bad stigma that's in the UK.
Literally.
And I think one of the worst things, like, the worst part about all of this is that Meghan's saying that, you know, that she felt suicidal, she was cut off, she was denied the help that she needed. Meanwhile, Prince William is an ambassador for a mental health charity, I'm pretty sure, and he's done speeches and things before about mental health.
Yeah, he goes around with Kate to like events, like mental health events and stuff.
And
it's disgusting.
It just paints them out to be massive hypocrites.
Literally, that is probably what the most of the UK are thinking now. Absolute hypocrites. Like, there's such a problem with like getting mental health help anyway in the UK, and now they've just kind of like evidently proven that. Like, they're literally saying,
well, with that, they're one of the only people that probably would be able to get mental health help immediately. Like, most people can't even get that, so for them to be so privileged and to not even be allowed to use their privilege is insane.
I also want to mention, like, there's a lot of people at the moment that are calling Meghan attention seeking and everything else along them lines for coming out and saying how she was feeling and mentioning how she was suicidal. And I just want to mention that that's completely disgusting, because she might not, she's not going to see them like snarky comments, but like, whoever's posting that, their friends and family are going to see it, and they're going to then think, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't say anything about how I'm feeling, and I'll definitely not go to that person because that's how they look at Meghan. And I just want to say, like, that's absolutely disgusting. Like, it's really, really annoyed me how, like, everyone's like, oh, attention seeker. And it's
the kids are watching.
And
it's
like,
the kids are watching how we react. However we react to her is how kids are going to think everyone will react to them.
Yeah. And she's been vulnerable enough to open up about these type of issues, which is still heavily stigmatized.
Yeah.
Literally.
And like, it's just...
Yeah, and like, I doubt she'll see it, but like, I still, even if I was a celebrity, there might be like a chance I would, like, by the offshoot see something like that, and that would bring me really down. Like, seeing that someone thinks that I was being attention seeking when I really was trying to, like, talk about something that was serious would make me feel like completely like down. And also her like family, like, I feel bad for her family who gets to see all of these tabloid
her family headlines. Doesn't care about her.
Only
her mom cares about her, and she made that very clear in this interview too. But I will say that, like,
I didn't see the whole interview, so
her parents, her dad has never been very nice. He staged paparazzi photos of him getting a suit measured for the royal wedding and things.
I heard about that. I guess more about the mom than...
the mom, her poor mom. Well, that was a distinction that she drew, is that the paparazzi they worked very hard to find her mom and dad, and her dad succumbed to it and started working with the paparazzi, but like, her mom has not given any comment this entire time. But it is worth it to note that it's not just trolls on the internet saying that she's attention seeking. It is main people in the media over there. I mean, I saw Piers Morgan basically tweet out today being like, you're destroying the royal family and you're just dragging them through the mud and you have no remorse. Like, completely on the Queen's side. And it's not the Queen, it's not her, but completely on the institution side. And it's just insane.
Piers Morgan.
Oh, he is scum.
Piers Morgan, right? He's a funny little character. Because he is a whacker. Like, most of the time he can be a whacker with what he says. But then I've seen a few interviews recently where what's the guy called that's in me. We're talking politics now, yeah. Do you know who I'm on about? I think he's the health guy.
Matt Hancock, health secretary.
Don't know. He lied about something and covered something up. He's bald. Yeah. Is bald. Is that Matt?
Matt Hancock, I think, yeah.
But, like, I've seen Piers Morgan, to be fair to him, like, going savage into people like him at the moment, like, saying how they're f***ing up the country. So I just want to, Piers Morgan, he's a funny little
Piers
character.
Morgan is, like, basically a Fox News host.
I've never really liked him. Like, he just seems to, he hops on whatever's current
the bandwagon
and tries to ride it to try and get the most popularity out of it as possible. And I think he likes trying to be controversial as well.
His journalism is
he's tweeted something like over 50 times about Meghan Markle in the last week. I saw that statistic. He's obsessed.
Well, I think he's paid off. I honestly think a lot of the media in Britain is paid off to be on the royal family side, or they're just afraid to not stick up for the royal family because they want them to support them. But, like, calling her attention seeking and acting as though she's dragging their name through the mud, how much abuse has she endured silently before finally now saying something? Like, she's just now standing up for herself, and it's Oh, excuse me. It's such gaslighting behavior to act like her finally standing up for herself is, aggressive or mean. It's just, it's again, racist.
Yeah, and on that note, the senior royal, whoever it was worried about the colour of Archie's skin when he was born, when asked her while she was pregnant. Honestly, I know this
the
is
UK
This comes
is
from
still very racist.
This comes from Meghan Markle. Obviously, we don't know if it's true, but she can't just allege something like that out of the blue. So I believe her.
Well, I believe her because I don't think she would say anything to risk getting more hate if it wasn't true.
I agree with that.
Yeah, she's already lost so much as well. Like, she doesn't need to lose even more of her reputation or anything like that.
Oh my god, we're gonna get Reputation by Meghan Markle. She's in her reputation phase.
God. But yeah, like I
could totally see them becoming friends though.
They might be. Who knows?
Who?
But it just Taylor Swift,
Taylor.
and Meghan Markle.
Oh.
But they're just so like. It's for a family that is meant to be the figurehead for Britain, like represent us around the world. Everyone's meant to look up to her. For that family to be inherently racist, or for at least some of them to be inherently racist, it does not paint a good picture for them at all. And for them especially right now as we're recording, I mean, things might change in the coming days. But on the day after this interview was aired, they've still not said anything.
Right.
The longer they leave it, the more damage is going to be done.
So who do you guys think is the person that said that the baby's skin color could be a problem?
Camilla.
I think it's Camilla too.
Who is Camilla?
The woman that Prince Charles married after Diana died.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who he
Becky?
allegedly cheated on Diana with.
Oh.
If you look up her, she looks like a Karen. Like, honestly, 100% a Karen.
Becky, what do you think?
I think it's Camilla as well,
Okay.
to be honest.
I don't know anything about this, but I do know that something about Kate makes me think that she's racist. But to be fair, the only reason I probably think that is because she was talking. So there was this. The tabloids were reporting, and this was really the first thing that started to like shift the narrative on Meghan, about how she made Prince Kate like cry, and she revealed in the interview that it was actually the other way around. That at her wedding, Prince Kate kept complaining, saying that she didn't like the dresses, and she made Meghan cry.
Do you mean she's not a princess?
Oh,
no,
Duchess.
Yes, she is.
She's
Princess Kate, Duchess of Sussex.
Why is she a princess and Meghan
Duchess of
Markle?
Cambridge.
Is Meghan Markle a princess?
Let me double check this.
Or was she? Is she? Do you get your title stripped when you leave?
I think they are having their title stripped. She's not a
Y'all
princess.
are some petty ass bitches. Like, this whole thing has just taught me that Britain is petty.
She is.
The Duchess of Canterbury.
I think she's just Duchess of Cambridge.
I've got a question, yeah. And obviously, personally, I care more about Meghan's mental health than anyone else in the royal family, considering everything that's going on. But, just out of curiosity, the Queen is what? How old?
Oh, she's in her late 90s.
I won't say that.
She's outlasted 2020. I'm still shocked.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be the grand finale.
Obviously, she's quite old and stuff, yeah. So how do you think, like, what do you think is going through her head? Like, how do you think her mind is at the moment? Like, how do you think she's dealing with it?
Oh my god, I don't know. No one knows, no one in the outside world knows the Queen on a personal level, so it's really hard to try and think of what she is like as a person.
I would think as an older woman, I would think that considering that even generations just like our parents already struggle with like getting mental health help, I would doubt that this 90-something-year-old woman has ever gone and gotten any help for her mental health.
Do you think she goes to bed though thinking of Meghan Markle?
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I would say that I'm sure she loves her grandchildren, and I'm sure that she loves Harry and wants him to be happy, and I'm sure things are more complicated than they seem from the outside, but at the end of the day, she can do what she wants. She's queen, so, like, she clearly doesn't care that much. I mean, not even just, like, the racism part, but just in general, these people, it's becoming very clear that they do not represent the public. Like, these are elite people with no other problems than to mess around with each other and to say awful things and be catty and to, like, complain about this woman. Like, these are not representative of anyone that lives in the countries that she rules over, you know.
It's just, honestly, it's just gobsmacking. Like,
get rid of them.
Yeah,
you should do it. Hashtag abolish the monarchy.
That was trending on Twitter this morning.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. How do you feel? How do both of you feel?
I don't care.
In our half break.
I think if the system's going to remain as outdated as it is, then they should.
Yeah.
I think they should abolish it after she passes away.
Mm-mm.
I don't think they should do it now. I feel like that was going to give her a fucking heart attack, not gonna lie.
I feel like she's never going to pass away though, bro.
She has to.
She's just gonna regenerate.
90s.
Well,
she's gonna regenerate.
They seem to have really good genes because the Queen Mother lived until she was like 102, 103.
Well, they have the best doctors.
That's not that far away.
Prince Philip is 100 this year, and he's still alive, even though he looks like death warmed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they also have healthcare. They have the best healthcare, so.
Yeah. I don't know.
Another thing that Harry mentioned when he was brought into the interview was that he was worried about history repeating itself with what happened with Princess Diana.
So tell me Princess Diana's story, because honestly I am not well versed on it. There's a song by One Direction called Diana, and that's my knowledge of her.
Basically, oh, go on.
I'll let Mitch explain it.
I don't know too much. My mum loves Princess Diana though, but I don't know the ins and outs. But basically, she got married to Prince Charles. There was rumours of him, of infidelity within the marriage, him being unfaithful and things. Their marriage was very strained. There was rumours that he was cheating on her with Camilla, who he's now married to. Yeah, they ended up divorcing. She did a tell-all interview for BBC Panorama, I think it was.
Oh yeah, I forgot that she divorced him. Wow. What was that like?
I don't know. I wasn't alive.
Well, I know, but like,
no,
are you allowed
she was
to divorce a royal family member?
She was very much the people's princess. Everyone loved her.
Yeah.
Like, she was called the people's princess. She helped like destigmatize the stigma around HIV. Back in the 80s, when people were too afraid to even touch them, she went into a hospital where loads of people were fighting AIDS and HIV, and went around shaking their hands on camera.
She said gay rights.
She was a big advocate for gay rights and like, just, you know, anti-racism, all that kind of thing. I think if she was alive today, she would be a really big champion of equality.
How old would she be?
Not that old.
No, she would be in her 60s, I think.
She died when she was 36 in 1997.
And there's conspiracy around that, right?
She'd be 59, nearly 60.
So there's controversy around that, right? Like how? So I know there's the story. There's how she died, and then there's, you know, the idea that the royal family.
Yeah.
So what
No.
No,
so
that is a conspiracy.
That is a conspiracy. Yeah.
As a conspiracy, but like the true story is that the paparazzi was basically like chasing her, and they were going on high speeds because the driver was trying to get away from the paparazzi, and they went through a tunnel and crashed.
The driver was also drunk.
Yeah.
This drunk paparazzi?
No, the driver of the car that Diana was in.
Yeah.
What? How does that happen?
Well, he drinks alcohol.
But doesn't she still have like the equivalent of Secret Service even whenever she's left the royal family forever?
I don't think they gave her that protection.
I don't think they did.
Oh my god.
It's like what they did with Meghan and Harry. Once they moved to Canada and they stopped doing their royal duties, they took away their protection.
Well, they probably request that. Well, they probably request
they said that they didn't.
Oh.
They took away their protection, and the press found out where they lived. It was taking pictures of them in their house and Archie in the garden and things. So they had to move to LA, and they had to sign deals with like Spotify and Netflix to be able to get an income to afford their own private security team.
Yeah,
okay, that's propaganda. Like, obviously, they needed to do things for income, but like they had to do deals with Spotify and them to do.
Well, they
things.
didn't have to,
They
but
had to do those.
they
Deals.
didn't have to, but they had to find a source of income from somewhere.
What do you guys think as far as? Do you think this was in a way possibly coordinated?
No,
because
I don't
obviously
think so.
Harry said that he was worried that she's headed towards the same demise, which must insinuate that he thinks there was something crooked about
I
it.
think
Or it was just the same demise of the press chasing her and stuff.
The
But we
press
don't do that
hounding.
anymore. Really,
But
like
why-
watching the Britney.
They hound. If they maybe they don't do like the car chasing and stuff like that, but like if media knows where they live and then somehow it's leaked to other individuals, then they are prime subjects.
That's so awful.
It puts their safety at risk, yeah.
I know that there are good paying jobs in this, but it is frustrating because in the world of social media where we can always update fans on our lives all the time, our lives, as though I'm famous, but like where everyone can update the public all the time, I don't think there's a need for press. Like, I mean, obviously press, yes, but as far as like celebrity press and like when it comes to paparazzi, like I don't think we need them anymore, and I feel like we need to outlaw them.
You know more than anyone because you researched all about Britney Spears and stuff like that, about how much money is in it for them, and it still is around the same amount. If they get really good photos, they can make millions of dollars off of them.
The thing is, yeah, celebrity news is like basically one of the biggest like bits of news you can get, because it's celebrities are like the biggest thing in public interest. That's what people want to know about.
So they report on what's going on social media. I mean, like that's.
They do, but they make it sensationalistic.
That's okay.
Well,
but
it's not.
I mean, I think the press has to exist in the way that it does now. But I mean, like, as far as paparazzi goes, I do not feel as though just because a person is famous that we take away their rights as a person to be able to be their own person out in public. Like, I think. One, people should not be allowed to just walk up and be like, can I get a picture? Like, I think that's very strange unless someone is very nice and seems welcoming. But, also paparazzi, I just don't think there's a need for it because of social media. Like, you can share pictures. Like, we can share pictures, like, as regular people. But,
but who's going to take the pictures in the first place, Joey?
What do you mean? I'm saying that we get content from people every day, all the time, online. We don't need outside third-person content.
The thing is, the paparazzi hound them to try and catch them slipping up, so then it's something to write about. That's the whole thing.
Outlaw.
The bigger the story, the more the money.
Yeah,
it's all about.
Yeah, well, morals matter more than money. I mean,
well,
I guess
not for the
tabloids. Not for the people that are the paparazzi.
Yeah, not for the tabloids.
They were, like Mitch said earlier. I guess the reason why they moved from Canada is because the press was hounding them.
Yeah.
So basically, taking pictures of their baby in a garden and taking pictures of them
saying that
just
should be
in
illegal.
the house. Well, I'm not saying that it should. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be illegal, but I'm saying that the reason why it's not is because of how much money is in that in that domain. Yeah. And also on top of that, there's a lot of people that have stake in that stuff continuing on. So.
Well, I don't care. Blow them up. I don't. Destroy the industry.
I'm saying that I think that there are people that are very up and in powerful places that would make it so that could not be illegal.
Yeah, I mean, the public would have to be the ones to decide. But, I mean, yeah.
The only reason how that would happen is if people stopped tuning in and watching. Even TMZ can be a little bit sketch.
Stop giving them the money. If there's no money in it,
or someone introduce legislation that the people then get on board with.
No one would do that because the tabloid press is so powerful it could destroy the government image in a day.
Yeah, but that's the uphill battle we're fighting and everything. I mean, we're fighting that with candidates that they don't like. Like, we have to change things as the
going back to last episode, like, one of the many reasons why Jeremy Corbyn didn't win that election was because he was hounded and completely defamed in the tabloid press because he was having policies that they didn't like.
Yeah, but our solution to that isn't don't do anything that the tabloids won't like. Like, we still have to stand up for what we think is right.
The thing is, a lot of people still feed into it, which is obviously why they are so influential. You try and stop them, and like they will. It's just, I think it's highly.
It's not even that, like, I mean, yes, it's very. The fact that we feed into it is definitely one of the number one reasons why it still exists. But also, if you look at, like, who has stakes in this, I bet there are people in government that have stakes in the press continuing to be like it is.
Yeah, I'm sure. But that's why the little people have to. We have to do it.
But we have to do it. I don't think introducing stuff in the actual, like, legislation is going to do shit.
I think tabloid
increase awareness.
I think tabloid press is going to die out one day soon.
No, I think so.
Because it's mainly older people and the older generation who tend to feed into that. Sales of newspapers are down as the older people are, like, dying out.
Tabloids will die.
Yeah,
I think that tabloids will die, but I do think that it's going to take a little bit because even like TMZ and stuff in the US like is still very popular.
Yeah. It's just because the online world's taken over. Basically, I did like a massive essay on this. Like,
but
so neither of you think. Oh, sorry.
Just quickly, like if I search up a topic or like anything that's in the news, and I go to click on an article on it, and it says like, oh, the Sun, the Daily Mail, the Mirror. I'm like, no, I'll find them somewhere else because I don't want to give them clicks. I don't want to give them money.
So neither of you think, like, neither of you have any suspicion that it was something that had to do with the inside.
I don't know. It's hard to prove.
I want to know why. I want to know why the driver was drunk.
That's a question. Like, how did they manage to?
I think it was her own personal driver.
It was a personal driver.
Okay.
Because she had her royal security taken off her.
Right.
Yeah, and there are pretty, like, scummy drivers out there, obviously, that don't follow the law. So.
Yeah.
Is that person gone? Or
I think he died.
Okay. He died in the car crash too.
So Princess Diana died, and that goes back to your question earlier, Becky, about the money. Mitch, do you want to talk about this, about how much money they have?
Well, I think in the interview, or Joey, you told me earlier. I can't remember.
Yeah,
where
do you
I
want
got
me to
this
just
from.
say it then?
Because I don't know exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
So this ties into how much money is left over, Becky. I mean, how much money they have, because Prince Harry revealed in the thing that they cut him off. About a year ago, the royal family cut him off and did not give him any income, and he said that the only money he has is what his mother left him. So that's how much money they have. So I'm sure it's a lot. I'm sure it's millions, but it's not. He's not getting anything from the royal family.
It's 10 million. That's how much was left to him, but that was a long time ago. So I don't know. They might not have a lot.
He was a child when she passed, so
he could have invested it.
Hopefully a lot of it had built interest.
How old is he now? He had access probably until he was 18.
Oh yeah, and he had his party years, didn't he?
Yeah.
But he did say that it's what was left. Like, that's what he has as his mom.
But I found out that the $10 million wouldn't be accessed until 30. You wouldn't be able to access it.
Interesting.
So how old is he?
So, he is 36. So he's had it for 6 years only.
Okay, so it probably came right. I feel like his party days were pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, he's been with Meghan for nearly 5 years now.
Okay, so it probably was much of that money.
So. Meghan won't be skint like. She had a career.
She was moderately successful.
She was moderately successful.
Oh, was she? I thought she was like a big actress.
Being famous in America does not equal rich, and there are so many like movie and television stars that are barely getting by.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She when she quit Suits, she stopped acting. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But yeah, Harry said in that interview that because they were cut off, that was why they sought Netflix and Spotify deals,
Thank
so
God.
they could get some income.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so all in all, I feel bad for them. I think a lot of people who tend to listen to the tabloid press might not. People like Piers Morgan won't feel sorry for her, because hold on quickly. If you're watching this, go on YouTube, because there's some clips from Piers Morgan's morning show called Good Morning Britain, where they had Trish Goddard and someone else on. I can't remember who else it was. 2 black women, and Piers Morgan was trying to educate them on racism, and it did not go down well.
Piers Morgan's just a bit of a.
I have a question. What do you guys think should be done, like, about this? So what do we need to do going forward to ensure that no one is ever treated like this ever again?
Well, they need either they need to seriously reform the monarchy or get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's so outdated.
What are the reforms that need to be done?
Well, they need to obviously destigmatise mental health within the royal family. They need to end racism in the royal family. They need to modernise the royal family.
These are very broad.
I feel like they just can't be crammed into like their castle or whatever it is. They don't really go out into the outside world at all anymore. So
they blame that on security, though.
I feel like they don't realise when
the president goes multiple places with security, so they can too with security.
Yeah.
So that's not an excuse.
I feel like they don't realise that we're now in 2021.
I also think they need to do more media, like. They could do their own. They could get a Instagram or something. I don't know. They
have Instagram.
Do they?
But it's just like royal, like official photos from engagements and stuff.
Well, that's different. Like they need to be more personable to the people and not just be like.
Well, that's an issue. The Queen had a documentary commissioned in the 60s, about the royal family, and then she got it banned because. She was being told by the institution and things that it takes away the grandiose of the royal family. It gets rid of their status, and then people start to question the royal family themselves.
I don't know how the royal family fulfills its purpose if the only way to gain respect from the people is to hide them and make them look perfect. Like, why does it work? Why do you guys respect these people that you know nothing about? I would much prefer to see their flaws and all and like decide that this is a good family that I want to serve. Like, why, like, how does this work? Why do you guys like this?
Like?
Yeah, like as a general public, like why are you guys not like, let us see them?
I would argue that the general public in the UK doesn't really give a I don't think that they care. I think that the people on the outskirts care more, like the U.S. and other countries. Because when I was over there for during the wedding, I like talked to some of my British like friends, like from the Quidditch team and that kind of stuff, and also just like in general board game people that I used to hang out with. Anyway, like I asked them like, "Oh, are you guys excited about the wedding and stuff like that?" And they're like, "I don't really care. Like, I don't care about the queen, and she's just there. Like, she doesn't do anything. So like, okay. I don't care."
So it isn't fulfilling the purpose. So if you guys could see them all the time, you know what we need? We need a BBC 3 reality television series, and it goes into the That's what I want for the White House. I would love that for the White House to like.
I wouldn't watch it.
I would really. What do you guys want then? You want modernization, but you don't want to see inside.
We don't need a reality show. We just need them to be more personable.
The pomp and circumstance is like, it's too much. Like the whole like, the Queen's guards and wearing the crown on the throne. Like,
see, I feel like those things are okay. It's just everything else. Like, I mean, no one acts like they do. They're acting like we're centuries.
The Queen can talk to you guys outside of Christmas Day. Like, that seems like the only time she talks. So.
She has spoke a couple of times during coronavirus.
Yeah,
like,
but that's because it's a pandemic.
Coronavirus,
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, the royal family are very, very stuck with tradition. Like, Meghan didn't realise that behind closed doors she had to curtsy for the Queen.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, even their own family members have to curtsy or bow or whatever. Like,
can we talk about how nobody told her, like, about... I heard something about the national anthem. Like, she didn't know the national anthem of the UK at all before, before she even got there. And they basically said, like, be ready to sing the national anthem. And she's like... she was, like, Googling it real quick. Like, she didn't know it.
All of this, you know, this national anthem thing, the denying her mental health treatment, the press being so awful to her and they're not saying anything, it really does paint the picture that, like, they wanted her out from the jump. Like, they wanted her to leave, and they got what they wanted. But now it's biting them in the ass because she's not going to stay quiet, and I am here for it. I love Meghan Markle.
I'm here for it.
She is, like, they're the only ones I care about at this point, are to see what Harry and Meghan do next. Like, the eyes are on them, so.
Preach.
Yeah. So I think that's a good point, a good place to wrap up today's episode. We've been talking for a long time. God knows how long.
Yeah, but there were lots of lulls in it, so I'm glad we filmed this long.
I would just like to say thank you very much for watching.
You're not welcome.
Oh.
No?
These visual episodes are going to be, you know, good. They're good. Every episode visual, hopefully. We don't run into any snags. Does anyone else have anything to add?
Make sure you like this video, comment down below, and have a chat with us, guys. One of us will reply to you. We can discuss what you think.
Yeah.
We can have a proper convo.
Yeah, we'll read it on the show. But send us questions. Send us. I want to give you advice because we are all wise gods. So we will give you our wisdom.
Make sure you guys take care of your mental health because
look after yourself.
I mean, this was a kind of a tense episode for a little bit there, so make sure that you are doing self-care.
100%.
Look after yourself. Okay.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you listen on Spotify, why aren't you watching us on YouTube? If you're watching us on YouTube, thanks. Or just keep doing
go on every single platform and listen to the full episode.
As long as you're watching, we don't care about the platform.
As long as you're listening, it's fine. Yeah.
No, listen to every single platform.
Right. Okay. Thanks for listening, guys. See you later.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.